Oh my god, okay, so I'm done editing this video and I looked back and I was like, wow, my hair looked wild and like dirty, but I just got out of the shower, but I didn't wash all my hair because I don't need to wash my hair. I washed it yesterday and some of it was wet, but I didn't brush it and I'm like, wow, I look homeless. So just so you know, not homeless, just careless. Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching this video. I want to remind you really quick to come check out my Patreon. Don't be out here subscribing to OnlyFans girls. Come subscribe to me. Come subscribe to me on Patreon. Ladies and gentlemen, I have arrived. I'm just joking. Today is an extremely special day because it marks the first day of my brand new series, Dear Roma, where you guys write to me, you can email me, and I answer them here for you guys. So here's the email right here where you can email me. If you are a Patreon, your letter will be the first come, first serve. So I hope to see you there, patreon.com/RomaArmy. Let's get right into this and give you guys some advice. The first one we have here is sent in by Rob. He says, Chloe, hello, I am Rob, and I have been watching your videos for a long time. I love your content. What you do is phenomenal, and I'm sure I'm speaking for the behalf of many men by saying thank you. Just a brief introduction of myself. I'm a 54-year-old, widowed, heavy metal guitar playing, 420 friendly, animal loving, common sense living, tattooed grandpa of 3 boys. I'll start on the morning of May 6, 2023. It was my daughter's 28th birthday. The boys slept over with me and my wife, and we had gotten up early to watch the coronation and prepped for the birthday get-together. We had the party, and it was just a great afternoon. Whenever we had a get-together or a big meal, my wife would fix a nice plate for our neighbor, whom she would also feed and tend to her dog, who is a nurse who works nights. We were sitting out in the yard, and the boys are riding bikes, and the neighbors were out chilling with us, their kid riding with ours, a typical Saturday night. My wife went to tend to the neighbor's dog, came back, sat down, and asked me to remind her to fix Barb a plate for the next time she went inside. I was texting with my dad as I said, okay. I typed 3 words, hit send, look at my wife to be a smartass and say, don't forget to fix the plate when you go in. And she was unconscious. Oh my God. I called to her, got up, and lightly slapped her face. There's a history of seizures in her family. Long story short, she died in the driveway of a massive cornery in front of all the kids on her daughter's birthday. So as I'm the rock of the family and somehow managed the funeral and everything after on some sort of autopilot, holy crap, how are you coping? Like, are you okay? The number one piece of advice I would give in this situation is please go see a grief counselor or any kind of counselor, or have somebody safe within your family that you can talk to, because whenever a huge loss like this happens, if you're a man, a lot of them deal with it internally, right? Like you said, you're on some kind of autopilot. You don't know how you got through it, but you just did. And I want to say that you're super strong, but it's also okay to have the moments where you're not strong, and you need a safe place to do that. I cannot even begin to imagine what you're going through and how traumatizing that must have been for the entire family. And to all the other men watching that have lost somebody close to them, maybe a wife, maybe a parent, maybe a child, I just want you to know that my heart is 100% with you, and do not be afraid to talk about it. It doesn't make you weak at all. It makes you a human being in need of like support and connection. The next one comes in from Will. He says, hi Roma, where do I start with this? Me and my partner have been together for 3 years, and we've had our ups and downs like many couples, and we are currently engaged. But this month, I've not heard from her in 3 weeks. Calls go straight to voicemail. Messages aren't getting replied. I honestly don't know what to do at this point. I need some advice or help. I message her socials and nothing gets seen or replied back to. Even messaged her best friend and my pleas go unanswered. I love her to bits and I want to spend the rest of my life with her. I got no one else to turn to and I'm on my breaking point. Any help or advice would be appreciated. Well, first things first, I would say call in a wellness check with the police to just go check on her and be like, I haven't heard from her. Has she been active on her social media? Like, does it say that she's active? Has she made posts and she's just ignoring you? I think the fact that the best friend is not answering you is very suspicious. But the first thing that went to my mind is just make sure that she's safe. So call in a wellness check by the police. They'll go talk to her, and that will give you some sort of idea and guidance on where to go with this. Because if she just ghosted you after being engaged, like that's super weird. My next question would probably be, does she deal with addiction? Does she have bipolar type 2? Like, these kind of things can make somebody act unpredictable. Were you guys having any issues? Like, that is super weird that you haven't heard from her in 3 weeks and everything goes straight to voicemail. What I would also suggest is blocking your phone number and calling her, or getting like a texting app and try to see if you can get a response in some sort of clever way. Can't even imagine what you're going through. Please update us. I want to hear back from you on how this went. I think I speak for all of us. All right, I will bite. Name, Sebastian, age 40. So I will bite as I started to see what you can do for me. Since I am a psychopath, this will be very interesting. Okay. Yes, you read that correctly. I'm a psychopath. Also, I'm under treatment and have been for the last 5 years. So no, I'm not going to hurt people. Okay. Sounds like you've been diagnosed. Sounds like you're getting support. Not all psychopaths harm people. That is a fact. Well, as you know, I have very little of the feelings department and empathy, but I am logical to the extreme. Is it worth it to tell a woman what you are or not? What can I give other than being honest and actually show off? Well, to my surprise, in all of my relationships, feelings are not that important to them either. It was more of a hindrance in my experience. Why do women lie about what they want in deep conversations? In my experience, they just talk about themselves. Well, to answer that question, men have always been taught to like court women, and women have always been taught to just accept that, right? So women, we're not taught to actually ask questions to men, to be engaged. There's a proper way to have a conversation. Somebody asks you something, you respond, and then you ask them about, themselves. A lot of women are just very self-centered, or they were just not taught how to do that. 2, what does feelings have to do with dating? Please be very specific and logical. Okay, so feelings, they are what's at the center of a relationship, right? It creates a healthy relationship, it creates connection, and it creates a bond. What I mean by this is that feelings, they drive connection. It's what makes you want to be around someone, makes you want to spend the rest of your life with them. Feelings also guide communication, right? If you feel close to somebody, if you feel intimate, you're more likely to feel safe expressing yourself, being open, being honest, and these are all things that are very important. Feelings are also what helps you understand each other, right? Like feelings and emotions, they're kind of like signals, lets you know, okay, this is working, this isn't. Feelings are also what drives the relationship to work or not work. If you're feeling disconnected, if you're feeling unlistened to, the relationship's not going to work. Your last question is, if feelings are not important in a relationship, what is important? Well, they are important, but love to me is not normal. Even I know that. But can a person love someone like me? I mean, really love. I know I cannot, but is a one-way street too much to ask for? Okay, so this is a fantastic question that I'm actually very deeply interested in, because a lot of people think that like psychopaths cannot be in happy, successful relationships, and that's just simply not true. So you yourself, you probably have a hard time feeling empathy, feeling emotionally connected, but there's a way to do it, especially, like you said, you're very logical. So what you want to do is use cognitive empathy rather than emotional empathy. Part of it is learning to predict other people's actions and emotions, right? So if your partner's sitting there and they've had a really long day and they're trying to talk to you and open up to you about it, and in your brain you're like, I don't really give a fuck, and you know that tuning her out is going to make her upset, you need to cognitively choose to listen in that moment, even if you don't want to, even if you don't give a fuck, because you know that that would make her feel good. So if you study this person and you show, okay, this is how they show me love, this is how they show me affection, and you learn to give that back to them, that's how you will build a strong, successful relationship. What really matters is whether or not you respect the other person, whether you act in integrity, and you can maintain a relationship that benefits both you and them. So to answer your question, you can 100% be loved and you can have a healthy relationship. It's just about open, honest, and also talk to your counselor or whoever you're working with about this very topic. The last one is from Alex. He says, Roma, first off, thank you for your advice and content. You are awesome. I've been going through a very messy divorce since 2020. My life got flipped upside down. Suicide attempt, criminal charges, lost my job, etc. Damn. Good news is I just got into law school. Damn! The first time in a long time I feel like I have a future. I'm currently I'm so proud of you. I can't even finish this. I currently have full custody, but still need to convince the court to relocate my 2 kids. We are currently in Colorado, and the school I got into is Florida. If I win the case, the kids come with me to Florida. I have a family there, and we would be good. My fear / question is what should I do if I lose the case? Look, you need to fight that case. I really think that they'll give it to you. But if you don't, absolutely do not give up on law school. Another option that you can do is like find an online one. If you got accepted into one, I'm sure you'll get accepted into another, and you'll just have to do schooling like online. But I'm really proud of you for turning your life around. Like what a story. You just explain to the judge, like, look, explain what you explained to me. Like, this is where I've come from. This is what I'm doing now. And say to him or her, I need your help to ensure a good future for my children. This has been super fun. This is my first one. Oh, and if you want to send me a letter, if you want some advice and you want me to read it on here, please email me right here, or you can become a Patreon, and you can get first come, first serve. So I would love to see you either or. Honestly, come support me on Patreon anyways, because I'm awesome and it would mean a lot. Don't subscribe to OnlyFans. Come subscribe to me. I would love to be a part of your day-to-day life and give you daily mental health chickens. Daily mental health chickens. Isn't that something? Emotional pet chickens? You get a chicken. Everybody gets a chicken. I do daily one-to-one mental health check-ins, free merch. You get to pick my content. It's nonstop. I hope to see you there. And this was really fun. I actually can't wait to do this again. Thank you.